The nephew of Suraka bin Jusham said that, his father informed him that he heard Suraka bin Jusham saying, "The messengers of the heathens of Quraysh came to us declaring that they had assigned for the persons why would kill, or arrest Allah's messenger peace be upon him and Abu Bakr, a reward equal to their blood money. While I was sitting in one of the gatherings of my tribe, Bani Mudlaj, a man from them came to us and stood up while we were sitting, and said, 'O Suraka, no doubt, I have just seen some people far away on the seashore, and I think they are Muhammad and his companions.' Suraka added, 'I too realized that it must have been they. But I said, no, it is not they, but you have seen so and so, and so and so whom we saw set out.' I stayed in the gathering for a while and then got up and left for my home, and ordered my slave girl to get my horse which was behind a hillock, and keep it ready for me. Then I took my spear, and left by the back door of my house dragging the lower end of the spear on the ground and keeping it low. Then I reached my horse, mounted it and made it gallop. When I approached them, Muhammad and Abu Bakr, my horse stumbled and I fell down from it. Then I stood up, got hold of my quiver, and took out the divining arrows and drew lots as to whether I should harm them, means the Prophet peace be upon him and Abu Bakr, or not, and the lot which I disliked came out. But I remounted my horse and let it gallop, giving no importance to the divining arrows. When I heard the recitation of the Quran by Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, who did not look hither and thither while Abu Bakr was doing it often, suddenly the four legs of my horse sank into the ground up to the knees, and I fell down from it. Then I rebuked it and it got up but could hardly take out its four legs from the ground, and when it stood up straight again, its four legs caused dust to rise up in the sky like smoke. Then again I drew lots with the divining arrows, and the lot which I disliked, came out. So I called upon them to feel secure. They stopped, and I remounted my horse and went to them. When I saw how I had been hampered from harming them, it came to my mind that the cause of Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, means Islam, will become victorious. So I said to him, your people have assigned a reward equal to the blood money for your head. Then I told them all the plans the people of Mecca had made concerning them. Then I offered them some journey food, and goods, but they refused to take anything, and did not ask for anything, but the Prophet peace be upon him said, do not tell others about us. Then I requested him to write for me a statement of security and peace. He ordered Amr bin Fuhari, who wrote it for me on a parchment, and then Allah's Messenger peace be upon him proceeded on his way. Narrated by Urwa bin Az-Zubair, Allah's Messenger peace be upon him met Az-Zubair in a caravan of Muslim merchants who were returning from Sham. Az-Zubair provided Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr with white clothes to wear. When the Muslims of Medina heard the news of the departure of Allah's Messenger peace be upon him from Mecca, towards Medina, they started going to the Hara every morning. They would wait for him till the heat of the noon forced them to return. One day, after waiting for a long while, they returned home, and when they went into their houses, a Jew climbed up the roof of one of the forts of his people to look for something, and he saw Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, and his companions dressed in white clothes, emerging out of the desert mirage. The Jew could not help shouting at the top of his voice, O you Arabs! Here is your great man whom you have been waiting for. So all the Muslims rushed to their arms and received Allah's Messenger peace be upon him on the summit of Hara. The Prophet peace be upon him turned with them to the right, and alighted at the quarters of Bani Amr bin Auf, and this was on Monday in the month of Rabi al-Awwal. Abu Bakr stood up, receiving the people, while Allah's Messenger peace be upon him sat down and kept silent. Some of the Ansaar who came and had not seen Allah's Messenger peace be upon him before, began greeting Abu Bakr, but when the sunshine fell on Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr came forward and shaded him with his sheet. Only then the people came to know Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, stayed with Bani Amr bin Auf for 10 nights, and established the mosque of Quba, which was founded on piety. Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, prayed in it, and then mounted his she-camel and proceeded on, accompanied by the people, till his she-camel knelt down at the place of the mosque of Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, at Medina. Some Muslims used to pray there in those days, and that place was a yard for drying dates belonging to Suhail and Saul, the orphan boys who were under the guardianship of Asad bin Zurara. When his she-camel knelt down, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, "This place, Allah willing, will be our abiding place." Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, then called the 2 boys, and told them to suggest a price for that yard so that he might take it as a mosque. The 2 boys said, "No, but we will give it as a gift, O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him." Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, then built a mosque there. The Prophet, peace be upon him, himself started carrying unburnt bricks for its building, and while doing so, he was saying, "This load is better than the load of Khaybar, for it is more pious in the sight of Allah and purer and better rewardable." He was also saying, "O Allah, the actual reward is the reward in the hereafter, so bestow your mercy on the Ansaar and the emigrants." Thus the Prophet, peace be upon him, recited, by way of proverb, the poem of some Muslim poet whose name is unknown to me. Ibn Shihab said, in the hadiths it does not occur that Allah's apostle recited a complete poetic verse other than this one. Narrated by Uzma. I prepared the journey food for the Prophet, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr when they wanted to migrate to Medina. I said to my father Abu Bakr, "I do not have anything to tie the container of the journey food with except my waist belt." He said, "Divide it lengthwise into 2. I did so, and for this reason I was named Datun Nidagain, means the owner of 2 belts. Ibn Abbas said, "Ozma, Datun Nidak." Narrated by Al-Bara. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, migrated to Medina, Suraka bin Malik bin Jusham pursued him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, invoked evil on him, therefore the 4 legs of his horse sank into the ground. Suraka said, to the Prophet, "Invoke Allah to rescue me, and I will not harm you." The Prophet, peace be upon him, invoked Allah for him. Then Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, felt thirsty, and he passed by a shepherd. Abu Bakr said, "I took a bowl and milked a little milk in it and brought it to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and he drank till I was pleased." Narrated by Uzma. That she conceived Abdullah bin Az-Zubair. She added, "I migrated to Medina while I was at full term of pregnancy, and alighted at Quba, where I gave birth to him. Then I brought him to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and put him in his lap. The Prophet, peace be upon him, asked for a date, chewed it, and put some of its juice in the child's mouth. So, the first thing that entered the child's stomach was the saliva of Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him. Then the Prophet rubbed the child's palate with a date and invoked for Allah's blessings on him, and he was the first child born amongst the emigrants in the Islamic land, means Medina." Narrated by Aisha. The first child who was born in the Islamic land, means Medina, amongst the emigrants, was Abdullah bin Az-Zubair. They brought him to the Prophet. The Prophet, peace be upon him, took a date, and after chewing it, put its juice in his mouth. So the first thing that went into the child's stomach was the saliva of the Prophet.